With the NBA season being right around the corner, I think there are several rookies that are going to make an instant impact. So I think it'd be a great time to talk about those rookies. So before we start this video, let me hear down below in the comment section, what rookies do you expect to have an immediate impact on their team? So let's get into it. 7 rookies to expect to have a really good, significant impact on their team this year. How can we not talk about the most hyped rookie in this draft class? Literally, he's going to have the most eyeballs and the most people commenting and giving him scrutiny in his first season. Well, if you guys saw, he played only 16 minutes in his first game. He went 0 for 5 from the field, 0 for 3 on the three-point line. He had 2 really impressive assists, and you probably saw them all over social media. Either way, look, he averaged 7 assists last season for the Hawks, and that was at the NBL. And he struggled shooting outside with 27% from 3 over there. So the thing is you're obviously going to have to see if this man can actually become a really good 3-point shooter that we expect him to. But we're already seeing the assist and the passing ability that we all expect LaMelo Ball to have. But now, his shooting mechanics are way better than Lonzo. So there is a better expectancy to see him become a better shooter. And we've seen Lonzo improve as a shooter. So, I think it's really good to know that he can become a better shooter, and he should be able. With Gordon Hayward being there, I think they'll be able to really have guys on this team, to help develop him. You got, Terry Rozier hopefully can help, or Devontae Graham. Everyone's going to be trying to get their minutes, but there's guys out there who I really think are going to help this team. So basically, the Charlotte Hornets need help across the board, and they only won 23 games last year, and they finished last in points per game with 102.9, and they were 29th in offensive rating of 106.3. So if Ball can get really comfortable at the 3-point line, he can really be the game changer this organization wants. Either way, they're going to be having the best broadcast numbers. Like, hella people are going to be watching their games. They're going to have hella national TV games, even if they're going to be getting blown out, because people are going to be wanting to see LaMelo Ball play basketball. He's going to have the same effect Zion had for the New Orleans Pelicans. I'm just going to be honest on there. I love Deni Avdija. If you've been watching my content, you know this. I just talk about him all the time, and I've been making content about him since March. Either way, he fell to 9. I don't know how, but his first game, he was perfect, literally perfect. 6 for 6 from the field, 3 from 3 from the 3-point line. He had 15 points in 24 minutes and only had 1 turnover. Come on. And it looks like he's already one of the biggest steals in this year's draft class after falling to number 9. I think he has amazing size. 6'9", and he's pretty much one of the best positionless players in this year's draft class. Look, I've been saying Deni Avdija reminds me of Hedo Turkoglu in his 2008 most improved / all-star year for the Orlando Magic, in the sense, with a combination of Lamar Odom, in the sense that he can be this 6'9", small forward, power forward, playmaking big who can make a difference. Obviously not playmaking big, but like a playmaking forward who can start at the key, can pass out at the key, can spread the ball across the court, and he'll be able to be the guy in transition who can either dribble and pop a 3, attack the rim, or drive and kick. I really do see him being a guy who'll be able to average like 5 or 6 assists a game and be a really close to 18, 19 point scorer per game. Obviously not his rookie year. I think his rookie numbers will be like 14 points, 15 points a game with, hopefully shooting like 35, 36 from 3, maybe 33, 34. There's just something that's promising from 3-point line, 70% or 80% from 3, free throw, not from 3. And I think if he can show us that and just have maybe like 3-4 assists a game and maybe half a steal game, just something that, give us confidence. I think that'd be really good for him. And he's in a great situation to thrive, especially for being an off-ball player. His assist totals might not be as high because Russell Westbrook is there, but I could see him being the guy when Russell's off the court, being one of the lead ball handlers and playmaking guys on the court when he's off. If you guys didn't know this, Patrick Williams is like one of my favorite players in this year's draft. And Pat Williams was actually one of the highest non-starting players to be drafted in the last 20 years. Look, this man was a 6'8" wing coming off the bench and averaged 9.2 points and 4 rebounds in his one season at FSU. And he got drafted at 4 overall. So, literally, I've been talking about how much I thought he was going to go to the Spurs because I thought Devin Vassell was going to go higher. And this guy is a guy who has all the physical tools to be to develop and be an insane player. Sort of how like Paul George when he was drafted. Obviously, Paul George I think was drafted a little later in his thing. Paul George wasn't seen as the player he was going to be, but he had all the tools to develop into the player that he became today. So I think what they're seeing is Patrick Williams is going to be a guy who can have all the tools, all the fundamentals, and if with the right, like Billy Donovan being there, and we've seen him actually do an all right job at developing some guys, and they have Maurice Cheeks and Billy Schmidt on his staff now, and hopefully they can get this guy to become a good player. And right now, what we saw in his first 2 games, he averaged 12.5 points in 26 minutes off the bench. So that's pretty good. I think he has the stuff to be good. Look, Billy Donovan is a good developer and players. We saw what he did with Shea and Steven Adams, and the Bulls have a roster full of young talent, especially with Wendell Carter Jr., Kobe White, Williams, now all first-round picks in the last 3 years. So after winning just 22 games last year and finishing 11th in the Eastern Conference, I think definitely Billy Donovan, his coaching staff, and Williams and Zach LaVine, I just think this is literally going to be a really good season for this organization. And I wouldn't be surprised if they make it to the playoffs. It's great to see James Wiseman and Draymond Green just working together because that's something that needs to happen. Look, James Wiseman, we all knew was going to go to the Golden State Warriors. We had so many people saying, we'd rather have the center by committee. It's so much better. No, nobody. Look, if you can have a franchise cornerstone, you're going to take him over the center by committee. Look, Steve Kerr said Wiseman is bursting with potential and excited to have him as part of the organization. They even picked up Kelly Oubre, even though they got the second pick. Yeah, I know everything's changed since the season-ending Achilles injury happened a few hours before the draft. Now, 2 years without Klay Thompson. And maybe he's never going to come back the same player, but hopefully he is. But look, last week it was revealed that Wiseman and Green tested positive for COVID-19. So both players missed Golden State's final preseason game. But look, Wilson hasn't played competitive basketball in over a year. So there are promising signs such as his improved outside jump shot, knocking down 3-pointers at training camp. And look, Wiseman has been compared to Chris Bosh and Chris Webber. I think he's a mix of Chris Bosh and Chris Webber in a similar body as Hassan Whiteside, in the sense that he's not as big as Hassan Whiteside, but he has the length of Hassan Whiteside, but he has the play style of Chris Bosh, Chris Webber type mix role. And he has high praise as a rookie. His college coach, Penny Hardaway, said Wiseman will be the fastest big from end to end in the NBA and predicts he'll win the NBA Rookie of the Year. So that's always a good fucking sign. Yeah. Tyrese Haliburton, huge fan. I love this kid. This kid is so good. Look, Haliburton is literally one of the best passers in this draft class. He has amazing court vision. He was a steal at number 12 by the Kings and is a phenomenal fit in the backcourt with De'Aaron Fox and Buddy Hield. Look, in his second game of the preseason, he logged the most minutes on the team with 30. He scored 11 points. He also registered a plus 20, dishing out 7 assists and grabbing 6 rebounds with no turnovers. Okay? He said this to Yahoo Sports on draft night. My goal this season, first and foremost, is to win Rookie of the Year. I think it's my biggest goal, just to being able to prove that I'm the best player in this class, and most importantly, want to compete for the playoff spots and help Sacramento get back to the playoffs and win a basketball game. Really good stuff. Look, he just was a really good player, and he's just been working and working. And there's always a learning curve from college to NBA, but he's already shown impressive poise in the preseason. Is a great fit for the Kings and their up-tempo style offense, which is called the half-second kind of read by Luke Walton. You just get half second. Am I mixing up that with Quinn Snyder? I'm pretty sure I'm with the right thing with they have a really high tempo. I could be wrong with what I just said about Luke Walton's offense. I'm pretty sure I'm right about that. I'm 99% sure. I love Isaac Okoro. I've been saying this for days. Almost. It feels like for weeks that I fucking love Isaac Okoro. I hope I don't get in trouble for saying that one word. I haven't been in it lately. But look, Isaac Okoro is the freaking man. Look, his biggest knock was coming into the year was that he was a terrible perimeter shooter. But he was shooting only 28.6 from three-point range. And that area of concern wasn't really that big for the Cavaliers front office because they took him. But look, that doesn't seem like it's really a concern because he's gone 3 for 5 from three-point line in the preseason. And he's averaging 16.5 points in his first 2 games. And defensively, he switches on everything, can guard. Literally is the definition of the quintessential every positionless defender. You can guard the 1 through the 5. Look, his game-winning bucket in his first game against the Pacers is star. Cleveland has 3 lottery picks in the last 3 years where they took 2 point guards in back-to-back years with Colin Sexton and Darius Garland. Sexton's more of a shooting guard, I found out, and Garland's more of a point guard. And they added this insane, tenacious Andre Iguodala, the next coming of that man, Isaac Okoro, with number 5. And they only won 38 games in the 2 seasons, and former head coach John Belain left mid-season last year. And they promoted J.B. Bickerstaff as the head coach. So we've seen how effective Okoro has been early. He could be literally the most effective rookie in this year's draft class, and I think he could win the NBA Rookie of the Year. I literally called Onika Conang going to the Hawks, and if you look at my first Onika Conang video, every video in Onika Conang I've done, he's literally, I said he's probably going to go to the Hawks, but people were like, Look, the Hawks were the worst defensive team in the NBA last year, allowing an average of 120 points per game. Finished second to last in the Eastern Conference with only 20 wins. They clearly needed help on defense, and they picked one of the best defenders in the class with 6'9" forward / I think center, Onika Conang. I think he could really be a center. I don't know why people are saying he's a forward. I really see him being over small, like a center. 7'2" wingspan. He's gotten comparisons to Miami Heat's Bam Adebayo. I had some non-conducive gases coming up just right there. Look, Okoro told Yahoo Sports, I think I'm the best defender in this class. I take a lot of pride in my defense. It has been built in me since I was a little kid. Look, he had 76 blocks last season, averaged 2.7 per game. And yeah, unfortunately, we'll be waiting to see him play for a few weeks due to his left foot injury. He's been participating in a modified team practice with contact progressing towards unlimited team practice and will be reviewed on December 18th. So it's going to be an interesting season because the transformation probably won't happen this season, but next year I think they're going to be insane. Like not this year, but the following year, they have solid moves with Bogdanovic, Rajon Rondo, Chris Dunn, Daniel Gallinari, and if they can get Okoro to grow into a defensive power, get rid of Clint Capella, re-sign John O'Collins, and you're good. This has been the video, guys. Let me hear your comments down below. As always, guys, I hope you guys have a great day because I know I will. Till next, guys. Peace out.